Did you know that the modern map of Africa was shaped by a secret meeting held over 130 years ago? A meeting that divided an entire continent with no African leaders present. This is the story of the Berlin Conference, an event that changed Africa forever. In today's video, we're diving into the Berlin Conference, a critical and very sad moment in African history that often gets overlooked. So, what was the Berlin Conference? The Berlin Conference took place in 1884 to 1885 and was organized by European powers, including Germany, France, Britain, Portugal, Belgium, Italy, Spain, the Netherlands, and others. The goal? To divide Africa among themselves without consulting any African leaders or nations, and to loot their resources. Imagine that. An entire continent carved up like a cake. By the 19th century, European countries were eager to expand their empires. Africa, rich in natural resources and land, was the perfect target. But instead of conquering it through war, European powers decided to negotiate how they would control Africa. So a conference was called in Berlin, Germany, where representatives from 13 European nations and the United States gathered. The main result of the conference? The Berlin Act, which established rules for the European colonization of Africa. It set the groundwork for the scramble for Africa, where European countries rushed to claim territories. Each nation could claim land by notifying other countries and establishing control over it, often through military force or treaties with local leaders, treaties that were often misunderstood or ignored by Africans. The consequences were massive. Africa was divided into arbitrary borders with no regard for ethnic groups, cultures, or languages. Many people who had lived together for generations were suddenly split apart. Others who had never interacted before were forced to live side by side. The European powers didn't care about these communities, they only cared about what they could take from the land. Now here's a question for you. How do you think the Berlin Conference still affects African countries today? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. The Berlin Conference triggered a wave of European colonization in Africa. Over the next few decades, European countries established control over nearly the entire continent, exploiting resources, labor, and land, while Africans had no say in the process. Even after African nations gained independence, the borders drawn by European powers still shape the continent today, often leading to political and social challenges. Before we wrap up, let me ask you this. Are you a parent looking to teach your child about African history in a fun and easy way? Well, I have something special for you. I want to introduce you to our book, The Berlin Conference, specifically written for young readers ages 5 to 7. This book is a perfect, engaging way to introduce your child to one of the most significant moments in African history. It simplifies the complex history of the Berlin Conference into a fun and easy-to-understand format that your kids will love. But wait, it gets better. When you purchase the book, you'll also get free resources to help deepen their learning and make history even more exciting. Available now on Amazon, it's an essential tool for parents who want to empower their children with knowledge about Africa's past. So, if you're ready to teach your child African history, check out the link to purchase the book in the description and comments section below. Grab your copy today and help your child understand the lasting impact of the Berlin Conference in a way that speaks to them. If you found this video helpful and want to learn more about African history made simple, be sure to check out the video on the left. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. It helps me create more content like this. Let me know in the comments if you want me to explore other topics related to African history or any other part of the world. Your feedback is really important, and I'd love to hear what interests you most. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.